This week on WestfordCAT News, a surprise discovery at Stony Brook School. Select board members took a wait-and-see position on Article 21 for annual town meeting.
There is no issue with respect to what is on the warrant and the language that is before you now. That appears to be consistent.
6 prime acres near the center of town are under agreement. I'm Joyce Polino Crane. Stay with us. WestfordCAT News is next. First, some sad news. Select board members paid respect to Zoning Board Chairman Bob Herman, a longtime contributor to this town. Bob passed away on May 23rd. All of us here at WestfordCAT send our condolences to his family. With the annual town meeting taking place on June 12th, board members debated but took no action on Article 21, which seeks to amend a zoning bylaw to allow restaurant drive-thru facilities in certain zones or overlay districts. The drive-thrus would require a special permit from the planning board. The full text of the proposed amendment is on file with the town clerk. Board Chair Andrea Perriner-Sweet said the select board members will wait to see what planning board members decide 2 weeks from now before taking a position.
Out of an abundance of caution and after consulting with town council, the planning board is going to hold a new public hearing process such that the notice matches clearly what is covered under the warrant and in the suggested language. There is no issue with respect to what is on the warrant and the language that is before you now. That appears to be consistent. So as a precautionary measure, they're going to hold a new public hearing on June 7th.
In other news, the board voted 5-0 in favor of a new state holiday on June 19th called Juneteenth Day. It sounded like a whimsical discovery, as if a cloud blew away the leaves and underneath was discovered a tiered seating arrangement, much like a theater in the round. Here's Superintendent Bill Olson, followed by Christopher Chu, Stony Brook School principal, and soon to be the school district's superintendent when Olson retires on June 30th.
When the school was constructed, there was an outside theater with tiered seating. Well, for many years that was overgrown and not used. And between Rick McElhaney and Chris, they have restored that area. There was a production, Chris, if Gloria, if you don't mind, Chris chipping in to indicate what was presented.
Sure. Rick McElhaney has done a phenomenal job as a point person, looking first at just extending our outdoor learning spaces. And so we extended the Wi-Fi around the building as well too, allowing just people more access to outside. And so as we came into the spring, we looked at that amphitheater area and looked to see if there'd be a way that we could reinforce the steps that exist there and cleaned out the bottom area that had been designed for performances. And so we have our 7th grade social studies teachers were getting very excited about the space, using it for different ancient history type things. Our Latin teacher was very excited about using it. The first project that came on boards was a production for SBTA, the Stony Brook Theater Arts. So they did their festival piece, Beelzebub, this Friday night. And then they were able to do the same production. They were able to do it Saturday at WA. So they did it with WA Theater Arts in their production of Dancing at Lunaza. And so they've been doing a lot of live outdoor theater. So the fact that sort of put an urgency to the project to get it ready so that they could have that space. And so we're excited to use it. During the day on Friday, the entire 8th grade went outside in the morning to watch an in-school production of this performance. And it's been great to see all of the collaboration involved in bringing it back together and just seeing it used has been fantastic.
Stony Brook School was built in the early 2000s to accommodate a burgeoning number of Westford students that grew to be more than 5,000 for decades. For more about the schools in Westford, visit westfordk12.us. On the market for quite a while, the property at 124 Main Street, previously known as Hicks Farm, is under agreement according to attorney Paul Alphin, who subdivided the 6 acres into lots. Sources closest to the real estate deal say the closing will take place on June 1st. WestfordCAT will bring you up to date as soon as we learn more. Nick Godfroy, WestfordCAT intern and soon-to-be graduate of Westford Academy, sat down with me on May 20th to talk about his work here at WestfordCAT and his future plans.
I have just been sort of putting together a few videos here and there and just working on my skills as a video editor. I've put together about 3 videos so far. Still working on the 3rd one, but the first 2 have been uploaded onto the WestfordCAT YouTube channel.
What compelled you to come here to WestfordCAT?
Well, I just really like cats. That's not it.
Is that a cat on your face?
Indeed it is. So I'm really intrigued by the video editing process, and so I felt here would be a great place to go on my capstone. Because I'll get to work on a bunch of videos and work on my editing skills.
And that way you develop a portfolio that you can show employers, potential employers. So that seems like a good plan to me. What are you planning to do after graduation?
I'm thinking of going to a tech, such as Neshoba Tech, the post-grad program.
Exactly, yeah. Let's talk a little bit in depth about how you put together the Parks and Recreation location tour, because that was really fun to watch.
Yeah. So one of the videos that I worked on was a Parks and Rec tour of Westford, going through various parks and recreational locations such as beaches and fields.
And playgrounds.
Yeah, all of those places.
So you're new in town, or maybe you've been here for a while, but still don't know the area well, and you want to know where to go to take your family on an outing around town. Don't worry, on this virtual tour, we'll show you many of the parks and recreational locations around Westford. First, we have Forge Beach. It's located where Pleasant Street and East and West Prescott Street meet. But it can be hard to spot its entrance at first, as it's right along some railroad tracks.
This is a very large town. It's something like 32 square miles. So when you do a project like that, there's quite a number of locations to go to.
That took me like a whole day to go around to each location and film. Yeah.
It was a 360-degree camera?
I had a 360-degree camera, set it up in each place. Took a step back, hid behind some trees and whatnot, and just took a video of the whole area, 360 degrees, and then put that into a video later on.
Nick departs WestfordCAT this week. We wish him well and look forward to seeing his creative skills put to use for many years to come. That's it for now, Westford. We won't have a news show next week due to the Memorial Day observance. My father was a World War II vet, and my son is on active duty. To the veterans of Westford and those throughout the country, thank you so much for the protected and peaceful life you have given us.